I desperately need your input because my head is exploding, and my family says I'm ruining my life. Last week, I was supposed to marry Jake. 27 meters. Jake is the perfect American movie fiancé, tall, successful engineer, $1 million smile, and a guy who could turn a regular Tuesday into a fairy tale. Our story is, essentially, a rom-com. We met in a coffee shop when I, in a panic, spilled my latte all over his white shirt. Instead of getting angry, he smiled, called me a whirlwind, and asked me out to dinner. It was instant chemistry. For the next 2 years, he was my rock, my best friend, and the greatest love of my life. But what I adored the most was his proposal. He did it during our trip to the skyline in Denver. We were standing on the observation deck at sunset. He was playing the guitar, yes, he plays, singing our song Coldplay's Yellow, and when he got down on one knee, a small plane flew over us with a banner that read, "Madison, will you marry me?" It was so perfect that I burst into tears and said yes, feeling like the main character in my own life. All our friends and family were thrilled. It was the story everyone told. For the past year, we've been planning the wedding. It was a lavish coastal ceremony that cost my family a fortune. 48 hours before the ceremony, I was having my bachelorette party in Vegas, and Jake was having his bachelor party. Of course, his best friend, Kyle 27M, was there. Kyle was always a bit cynical, but I tolerated him for Jake. Around M, after I was back home and just scrolling through photos, I got a message from an anonymous account. It was a video. It showed Kyle, Jake, and a few of their old college friends. They were all drunk, sitting in a hot tub and discussing my wedding. I pressed play, and my world just stopped. Kyle, dude, I can't believe you actually went through with it. You won the bet, but you're not actually gonna marry her, are you? Jake slurring but smiling. Of course, I am. She's the ultimate trophy. Remember the freshman year bet? Who's the first to marry a girl who looks like a romantic comedy lead? After she spills coffee on them, I did it. I got her. I executed the movie proposal just like you guys said. Another friend. But the plain banner? That was overkill. How much did that cost you? Jake. Over $5,000, but I didn't just get a wedding. I got the story. It was worth it. Now I just have to follow through. Remember telling me I could never turn a glitch into reality? Well, I did. I found the girl who lives in a rom-com world and turned her life into my own game. He burst out laughing. This wasn't my Jake. This was a cold, cynical, calculating man who had turned our story, my most cherished memories, into a disgusting bet. My hands were shaking. This was a bet they made when they were 18, just to prove something to each other. And I was the stake. The whole romance. The tears. The guitar. The damn latte, it was all planned. He didn't love me. He wanted to win me. I stayed up all night. I didn't know what to do. My mother, when I told her, said, "Madison, that was 9 years ago. People change. It was a stupid college bet. And he clearly loves you now. Or he wouldn't have wasted a year and all that money." But all I could see was the cynicism. The next day, hours before the rehearsal dinner, I met him at the house. I played the video. He went pale. He started making excuses. It was a dumb bet. It meant nothing. I forgot about it until the guys brought it up. I truly fell in love with you, Madison. It just started. As a game. I looked at him and said, "You won. The bet is over, but you don't get my wedding." I ripped up our house lease contract we were supposed to sign and sent one email to the wedding coordinator. Cancel everything. I walked out, leaving him there. Now, my family, his family, Kyle, they are all calling me crazy, hysterical, and a life ruiner, who threw away true love over a stupid college bet. So, Reddit, Aida, for calling off the wedding after exposing my fiancé for basing our entire romantic history on a cynical stake.